Seats. Welcome everyone for this morning's momentous occasion. Let's all welcome the Chief Professional Officer, Mr. Jerome Banyes.
Diyos maraming na daw po sa inyo po. Due to the many pressing matters to attend to, our regional director could not be with us on today's occasion. So in my capacity as the Chief Regulation Officer of PRC Legaspi, I will be relaying this message to you. Of course, we will not miss to greet our honored guest, who shall be formally introduced later, Honorable Robert S. Sapp, Chairman, Professional Regulatory Board of Architecture, Honorable Corazon F. Tanlopmam, Member, Professional Regulatory Board of Architecture. And my acknowledgement extends to Architect Rodel L. Yeba, District Director, sir, and also Architect Delphine M. Mirabiti, Junior, UAP Executive Director, Commission on Education. And from what he related to me, habang kinakanta yung UAP marching song, dito daw po yan unang kinanta sa Bicol Region, Legaspi City. Thank you, sir, for that information. And also, Architect RJB Wakiko, UAP National Auditor, sir. The past president of course, the United Architects, the officers and members of the United Architects of the Philippines, Legaspi chapter, headed by its president, Architect Ramil G. Lopez, sir. The past president of UAPLC, Architect Daryl Christian Melconelas, sir. To all our family members, honored guests, my colleagues in PRC Legaspi City, friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this oath-taking of the new architects in the region. On behalf of the entire Professional Regulation Commission, I sincerely congratulate you, examinees, for successfully passing one of the toughest licensure examinations administered by the Professional Regulation Commission, the Architect Licensure Examination developed by the Board of Architecture. I would like to thank the very dedicated members of the board. With my exposure in the central office, I know the hardship that the board has to endure in the preparation of the annual examination and this oath-taking. There was a Chinese proverb that says, when eating a bamboo sprout, remember the man who planted it. This saying expresses the importance of gratitude. And there's no one in your life that you need to thank more than your parents and families. So let me therefore invite you to stand up now and turn to your parents or guardians and families and say, maraming salamat po. Tayo po tayong lahat, mga pastors. Turn to your families, guardians, or parents, kung nasaan po sila, and say maraming salamat po sa inyo. Thank you very much. You may not take your seat. This gratitude should likewise be extended to your respected teachers and alma maters. They have imparted to you the wonderful gift of education that brought you here today. It is but fitting and proper that you should pay them your respect and gratitude. Palakpakan po natin. To our new architects, passing your licensure examination is an achievement that you can be proud of for the rest of your life. With this solemn oath-taking ceremony, you have joined the elite army of almost 5 million professionals in government, business, commerce, industry, technology, and built environment. But please, do not forget that architecture is not only your profession, it is also your vocation. God has chosen you to perform this task in a way that only you can do. If you are faithful to your vocation, if you love and nurture it, it will sustain you for the rest of your life. You do not have to look further for a role model because right in front of you are your professional regulatory board who are the epitome of love for their vocation. Palakpakan po natin sila. Who are the epitome of love for their vocation, who strove to become the best architects they could be. In return, they were rewarded in less tenfold in all aspects of their lives. After today, many things will compete for your attention: career, income, family. But today, I hope you will keep in mind the warning St. Thomas Aquinas gave to young professionals. He wrote, "The corruption of the best is the worst of all tragedies." When you sell nonsense for convenience, when you barter your dignity for a messy sum, when you exchange your professionalism and idealism for easy wealth or influence, when you throw away your self-respect for popularity and passing glory, then you allow the best in you to be corrupted by the standards of this world. You are now professional architects. You have accountability and responsibility to the public, to the structures that you build, which must, first of all, meet the strictest standards of public safety and welfare. You are literally nation builders because you will be building structures that will be shaping our landscapes, cityscapes, and also our lives. It is my hope that through your architectural works and achievements, you will be helping shape our country into a progressive and competitive one. With your elders in the profession right in front of you, your peers right beside you, and your family members and loved ones watching your back, I and the entire PRC Legaspi wish you every success as you embark your careers as our country's newest professional architects. To all of you, be the flickering candles, be the torches that inflame your fellow architects to greatness, greatness in purpose, greatness in achievement, for self, for country, for God. Congratulations once more, and again, welcome to your solemn oath-taking and mabuhay kayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jerome Banyas, the Chief Professional Regulation Officer of PRC Region 5, and of course, to our PRC Regional Director, Director Sharo B. Go. So once again, let's give him a warm round of applause. And now to formally acknowledge our guests for this morning, may I call on District Director of the UAP Regional District B5, Architect Rodel L. Gueva, UAP.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. Today we have assembled here for a momentous occasion, the oath-taking ceremony of the exceptionally talented architects who triumphantly cleared their exam in June 2022. This marked a significant milestone in their journey towards becoming proficient architects. At the outset, I would like to express our profound gratitude to each and every one of you for gracing us with your esteemed presence on this remarkable day. Allow me to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our distinguished Chairman of the Board of Architecture, the Honorable Robert S. Sapp, FQIP, Apic Architect, Asian Architect. Joining him is the esteemed Honorable Corazon F. Canlok, FQIP, Asian Architect, a distinguished member of Board of Architecture. We are deeply honored by your presence here today. Furthermore, I extend a gracious welcome to Director Sharo B. Lo, the Director of the Professional Regulation Commission, who has joined us to celebrate this momentous occasion. Let us also acknowledge my fellow officers and UAP Architect Delphin M. Mirabete Jr., UAP, UAP Executive Director, Commission on Education, Architect R.J. D. Jupico, UAP, UAP National Auditor, Architect Rodelleva, District Director, D5, and also the past president of UAP Legaspi chapter. We have Architect Ranulfo Incayan, FUIP, Architect Ernesto Chanco, FUIP, and also a past National Auditor. And Architect Ray Acosta, FUIP, a past National Area Vice President, and Architect Rino Fernandez, FUIP, and Chapter President of UAP Legaspi Chapter, Architect Rick Ramil Lomos, Vice President for Operation, Jerome Bonanza, Secretary, Architect Maria Cristina, member of his talented architects.
And of course, we would like to acknowledge the past president of UAP Legaspi Chapter and our chairman for these oath-taking ceremonies, si Architect Daryl Funeras. So siya po ang ating punong abala for this morning. Alright, so once again, thank you very much, Architect Rodel Lieva, the District Director for UAP District B5. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to formally introduce our keynote speaker for this morning, may I call on the Chapter President of the United Architects of the Philippines, Legaspi Chapter, Architect Rick Ramil L. Lomos, UAP.
Diyos maray na lao sa inyo. It's an honor to be given the task to formally introduce our keynote speaker for today's event. It is truly unbelievable how incredible and inspiring his life is. In his early years, the proverbial silver spoon was nowhere within his reach as a child. He even had to sell pandesal every morning before attending his class at Bagong Bayan Elementary School, which is a government-funded institution in a small town in Cagayan Valley. Despite that, he was consistently at the top of his class throughout elementary. And as a result, he was offered a full scholarship to attend high school at the prestigious Lyceum of Lalo, a private Catholic institution, and even graduated as a valedictorian in 1973. Spent his college years in Adamson University to earn his degree in architecture. And in year 2000, he was recognized as the most outstanding alumnus in the arts by his alma mater, and was later given the Adamsonian Award, the most prestigious honor that the institution could grant an alumnus. After finishing architecture, he has worked in E.A. Aguila Architects and then worked in Stainless Steel Industries Incorporated, or SSI. Became the Vice President for Operations, which earned him specialized knowledge in metal design for buildings. On top of the exemplary professional experience, he was also a recipient of various significant merits and awards. Gold Medal 2017 Dangal ng Lahing Cagayano in Science, Technology, and Engineering. Recognized by the Philippine Federation of Professional Association, or PFPA, as one of the 10 most outstanding professionals in 2009. In the year 2013, He was also awarded the prestigious PRC Most Outstanding Professional of the Year in the field of architecture for exemplifying the highest degree of professional competence and integrity in the architecture profession. Served as the 17th UAP National President for fiscal years 2002 to 2004, wherein he pioneered the UAP Golf Tournament and the UAP Connex, both of which has since become the annual events. These events are often referred to as the bread and butter of the UAP. A former president of the Philippine Association of the Professional Regulatory Board. Now, as chairman of the Professional Regulatory Board of Architecture, he forms part of the Professional Regulatory Authority for Architects in the Philippines. He has the power and function to supervise the administration of licensure examination, registration, and practice of architects in the country. Also functions as the alternate chairman of the Continuing Professional Development or CPD Council for Architecture and Career Progression and Specialization Program, Credit Accumulation and Transfer System or CPSP CATS for Architecture. The principal architect of his architectural firm, the chairman and president of RSAC and Associates Incorporated, the chairman and president of Supra Steel Corporation. He juggled a prolific career with a wonderful family life, a married man, and have been blessed with 4 children. Once dreamt of becoming a lawyer and even considered joining the clergy, but instead became one of the most distinguished and most decorated architects of his generation. A true inspiration and dubbed in his biography as a character like no other. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give a warm Bicolan welcome to the PRO chairman himself, Sir Architect Robert S. Sack, FUAP.
Maraming salamat, President Lee. Paka-generous yung introduction mo. And matagal ko nang hindi naririnig yung introduction na yan. Madalas noon, naririnig ko yung introduction na yan. Nung tumakbo ako na mayor sa aming town. Kasi yung introduction na yan, pang politika, hindi pang professional. Truly, let me start before I greet the people at the presidential table, as well as my friend in that table near the exit. Totoo po naman, yung mga binanggit. If it inspire you, especially the young architects or the young aspirants to our profession who will become architects in a few more minutes. Ako po ay talagang probinsyano. I grew up sa maliit na town. Maliit po yun. Talaga yung pwede kayong buong town ay magkakilala kayo because our town is really a very small town. All the while, dahil ako'y probinsyano, ang inaasahan ko o ang dream ko ay lalo na nung ako'y napilit na maging arkitekto, ang pagkaintindi ko ay kailanman hindi na ako babalik sa aming town dahil wala naman nangangailangan ng arkitekto. And being coming from a very poor family, ang projection ko sa buhay ko bilang arkitekto ay habang buhay maging empleyado. Because we know that the practice of architecture, of course, there are those who succeed as employees, but more often, those that do well in the practice of architecture ay yung mga independent practitioner, nagsasarili at nag-practice ng kanilang profession bilang principal ng kanilang kumpanya. To be able to do that, sabi nila, kailangan ang ginagalawan mong society, ay ito yung mga grupo ng mga mayayaman. Kasi ang sabi nila, yung work mo daw, network mo, ay bilang arkitekto, is really determined by the people around you. Kasi nung natapos kong mag-aral ng arkitekto, iniisip ko, mga kliyente ko lang, puro libre. Baka wala pa, dahil mga anak, mga kamag-anak ko, ay, in my clan, we belong to the poor family clan. So, wala akong aasahan na kukuha sa akin para magpagawa kahit libre pa. Because the family I grew up with ay wala kaya magpapatayo ng mga tirahan. And so if that inspire some of you, I felt that when I am introduced by President, I might as well highlight that to you. Na hindi ibig sabihin na kung ikaw ay bilang arkitekto, manggagaling sa probinsya, kung ikaw ay probinsyano, you will no longer do well as an architect. Magsumikap lang po kayo. And through hard work and determination, surely you can attain dreams beyond your expectation. Kasi ako, kailanman, hindi ko naisip o napanaginipan na ako ay nasaan ngayon because in the past, coming from the province, isang probinsyanong arkitekto, akala ko wala akong mararating o hindi ako aangat o aasenso. But there is one important thing na tingin ko key sa success ng isang probinsyano. Lalo na pag napunta na ako kayo sa mga lugar na progresibo, ng urban areas. I engage, kaya kanina, mapansin nyo marami yung mga binanggit na ako'y presidente ng ganito. Because at an early age, dahil nga wala akong inaasahan ng mga kliyente, I engage myself sa mga negosyo. I started investing. Nagtatabi ako ng 10% ng income ko. Irrespective whether my salary was 500 pesos a month to 600, 1,000, and so forth, so on. 10% ko yun, itinatabi ko para pang-invest sa negosyo. And so there was a time that I was managing more than a dozen of companies of my own. So I mention that because towards probably sometime my written
speech, probably I should mention to you that architects should be archipreneurs. So let me go back in greeting the people in the presidential table. Hindi ko na isa-isahin ang mga kanilang pangalan dahil they already have been recognized earlier. Yung mga tinuro kong mga nakaupo sa special table doon malayo sa exit. Pagpansinin niyo yung mga itsura nila, yung mga kasing edad ko. And that's why I said they are my good friends, or already they have been my friends for a long, long time. So, pasensya na lang, hindi ko kayo isa-isahin dahil yung introduction, yung pag-greet ko sa inyo ay naubos na doon sa dudugtong ng introduction ng kwento ni President Rick. Alam ko na bawat isa sa atin, kasama ako, lalo na nung bata-bata pa ako, na meron tayong inaabangan na isang event, isang bagay. Yung tawag ninyo, yung grupo ninyo, Lagita or Sparkle. At yung Sparkle na yan, or event na yan, ay isang bagay na hindi nyo makakalimutan at ito ay magbabago sa inyong buhay at lifetime nyong nanamnamin at ito ay kailanman hindi ninyo makakalimutan. And let me say that this is the day. This is the day that you, aspirants of our profession, the day that you will not forget, because this event, your taking as a professional, as an architect, will completely change your life. Because from a student to a trainee to an apprentice, today you will have a different journey. The journey of a professional. And so, today, kailangan ninyong nanamnamin at ito ay dapat ninyong share. You should share this with your family, especially with your parents. But after today's taking, I just hope that your next journey is truly one that is a journey of a professional, a journey of an architect, and not a journey of a married person and having babies. Sinasabi ko yan dahil yung taking namin sa Manila, sa PICC, our guest speaker decided to talk with the inductees interactively. So, meron pina-flash sa LED panel at the same time, in-engage niya sila na sinasagot yung mga tanong niya. Hindi ko makalimutan yung isang tanong niya na ano ang gagawin ninyo pagkatapos ng taking na ito? To everybody's surprise, ang number one na pinili ng mga inductees ay mag-asawa at magkaroon ng anak. That really surprised me. Hindi ko talaga inaasahan yun. No? Because marami naman iba na pagpipilian, yet ang unang number one pinili, mag-asawa at magkaroon. Medyo kumbaga, tumagilid ako doon. Muntik ako malaglag sa aking upuan. Because part ng aking talk, bago mag-out sila, I was supposed to make a deal with the inductees. Dapat, sabi ko, ito, gagawa tayo ng deal. Deal with your parents. At ang deal na yun, dapat ang sasabihin ko sa kanila, na yung una nilang 3 taon na sweldo o kita pagkatapos ng OTD, kalahati nun ay bibigay nila sa kanilang magulang.
Okay, mother. Makinig
Alam niyo, ang tuwang-tuwa, kung binanggit ko yun, ay yung mga magulang na nasa likuran, pero yung mga inductees, kulang na lang babatuin ako ng kanilang silya. But tinitignan ko ang reaksyon ng mga magulang na yon. Masaya ba kayo kung tayo naman dito should make a deal with them? Na dapat huwag muna silang mag-asawa, huwag magkaroon ng baby, kundi at yung kanilang mga unang kita bilang arkitekto sa loob ng 3 taon, kalahati nun ay ibibigay nila muna sa inyo. Okay po ba kayo? Mga magulang?
Mother.
Mukhang hindi nila
Mother.
kailangan. So sa inyo muna lahat inyong kita. Kita nyo, sabi yung mga magulang, nagpapanapakan ng mga anak ninyo magiging bagong arkitekto. Well, as you commence your journey as professionals, may you bring fresh perspectives and innovative design ideas to our architecture profession. May your creations or projects be mindful of social responsibilities such as inclusivity, cultural sensitivity, and equally important, sustainability. In the same interactive speech of our guest speaker in Manila, ang second choice ng mga inductees, aside from getting married and have babies, ay pupunta sila sa ibang bansa at magtatrabaho. They want to work outside of the country. So mag-abroad at magtrabaho sa ibang bansa. Yan naman ay hindi kagulat-gulat sa akin. I was not surprised of such choice. Because each time we go to the regions or provinces inspecting mga schools and colleges offering BS architecture or the architecture program, pag tinatanong namin ng mga eskwelahan kung ano ba yung aspirations ng kanilang mga graduates, ang madalas na sagot ng mga eskwelahan ay gusto ng mga graduates of architecture or architects magtrabaho sa ibang bansa. Pagkagaling ko lang yun, kailan lang about a week or 2 weeks ago, from Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Meron din ng taking doon sa Abu Dhabi at sa Dubai. Kahapon meron mo kaming taking na mahigit 100 ng mga langkora na architects who are based in Middle East. Karamihan sa kanila halos yung 100 na yun, taga Qatar, taga Saudi Arabia, Brunei, Kuwait. At meron lang may sinit mga ilan na taga Metro Manila. And of course, Filipino architects have made a big mark for themselves outside of our country. Magagaling talaga yung mga very talented, magagaling at talented yung mga Filipino architects sa labas ng ating bansa. And Filipino architects holds the most number of foreign architects deployed in ASEAN. Ang pinakamaraming architect na foreign architects sa mga host countries or members ng mga ASEAN member states. 10 bansa yan, pang 10 Pilipinas. We talk of Singapore, Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia, Laos, PDR, Myanmar, Vietnam, Thailand. Ang pinakamaraming arkitekto na foreigner sa kanila, ay mga Pilipino. In Singapore alone, we know for a fact that in Singapore, kasi ang member ng UAP Singapore ay higit na 500 na arkitekto. And concentrated to one small country or city. Mga arkitekto sa MENA, Middle East and North Africa, ay libo-libo ang nandun. There are thousands of them. And so, one of the most sought-after architects worldwide are the Filipino architects. Kung naghahanap din lang ng mga empleyado ng isang architecture. These architects who are now in foreign land makes our country very proud. And we do salute their trailblazing engagement outside of our country. Pero isa lang naman ang aking pakiusap sa kanila when I was in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Ang sabi ko sa kanila, naunawaan namin the Board of Architecture, since we represent the government, they state our country. Ang sabi ko, naunawaan namin kayo kung bakit kayo nandirito sa Abu Dhabi, bakit kayo nandirito sa Dubai and other parts of the world, dahil mas maganda ang kita. Mas maganda yung experiences na inyong madadaanan o susutin. Pero pwede ba? Pwede bang katapos dito, bumalik kayo sa ating bansa and share the knowledge, the competence, and the experiences you gain to your fellow Filipinos. Dahil kung meron dapat makinabang sa mga talentado o talented Filipino architects, dapat tayo na kapwa nilang Filipino. And the good thing is that in that interactive talk of our speaker in PICC, meron namang katugtog na statement o salita. At ang sabi nila, kung sakali man na sila ay lalabas ng ibang bansa, sigurado daw na babalik sila para manirahan permanente dito sa ating bayan. For you, as new entrants to our profession, and as well as architects among us, ang mga arkitekto na nandirito, you and I hold indelible significance and responsibility to be catalyst for positive change. Your duty encompasses not only the physical aspect of architecture, but also the social, cultural, and economic conditions. Along with the ever-changing opportunities of professional practice as architects, your calling is about designing and building structures. I wish to emphasize designing and building structures. As architects, I do encourage you, even at your young age, or as new entrants to our profession, to consider what I said a while ago, architects as archipreneurs. I-encourage ko kayo na mag-negosyo. In the past, our code of ethics frowns upon architects who are engaged in business because of conflict of interest. That kind of mindset remains, but this is now only applicable if you happen to be an architect and general contractor at the same time. But as long as you are not the general contractor of your own project as an architect, I don't see any conflict in there. Wala akong conflict yun. You can own a hardware store, supply the building components and materials of your project, and just make sure you give the best price. In my early days as an architect, I have a firm involved in general construction. I have a company involved in project and construction management. I have a company involved in architectural metalworks. I have a company involved in aluminum metalworks. I have a company that do installation of imported building materials, especially coming from Japan. I have a company in the trading business that brings in building materials from Europe, especially coming from Germany at that time. And I have always been very fair to my client. I provide the best quality, I give the best price to my client. But there must be important thing that you should do if you engage into a business and supply your own project. Make sure there is a full and open disclosure to your client that you are the owner of that project and you are supplying these materials for your product. Hindi ba napakaganda? It benefits both party kung ikaw ay nabibigyan mo, nasusupply mo yung project mo ng pinakamagandang quality at the best price. Ang sabi nila, conflict of interest. Conflict of interest kung ikaw ay isang architectong malasubas. Because your intention is to put one over your client. But we have the code of ethics to deal with you. But I do not see the difference between an electrical engineer doing the electrical works of the building he designed and a sanitary engineer supplying the sanitary works of the building he designed versus an architect building his own the building that he designed. As long as you are not the general contractor. And therefore, what is available for you is really to design build because this is provided for under our STP. Huwag lang po kayo na kontratista. Because contractors are motivated by profit. Huwag natin kalimutan yun. Ang mga kontratista, ang iniisip ay kumita. Because the success of a contractor is dependent on the profit he makes. But not as an architect providing like construction management of your own project. Because a service, ang incentive ng service ay up in the back. Yung sasabihin ng iyong kliyente, ang galing mo, architect, ang ganda yung tinayo mong bahay ko. At ang binayad sa iyo ay professional fee, which is fixed anyway. So you're not motivated by profit, but you are motivated to deliver a good finished product that you can both take pride, ikaw bilang arkitekto at yung may-ari ng structure na yan. As architects, we have all the opportunity to shape the skylines of cities wherever you are engaged. Embrace this great challenge of influencing the looks of our skylines with structures and spaces that are socially responsive. To you, this batch of architects here in Bicol region, I do congratulate you. I hope that you will really be able to serve your communities well. And your partaking today will provide you, and I'm sure, a good hope and a better life in the future. This sparkle or memorable event will be remembered throughout your lifetime. So as I said earlier, savor this event with your loved ones, with your families, with your friends. For tomorrow, your journey begins. Not as a married with making babies, but a journey of a professional architect. That I once again congratulate all.
Thank you very much to the Honorable Chairman of the Professional Regulatory Board of Architecture, Architect Robert S. Sapp, for inspiring our soon-to-be, in a few moments, full-fledged architects. Now, so, points to ponder, you must be catalysts of change. And soon you'll be designing and hopefully building your own projects. And of course, be an archipreneur. No? So, architektong negosyante. So once again, thank you very much, Honorable Robert S. Sapp. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we shall proceed to the much-awaited part of our program, the induction or oath-taking of our new architects. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce to you one by one. No, as I call you in front, please proceed here. We have markings on the floor para meron yung proper spacing. Come here in front as your name is called. So ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you our architects, passers for the licensure examination for architects for June 2023. Starting with Ababa Elamay N. Next is Abdur Faye Dihan M. Next, is Alden Jessica Joyce A. Next is Alvarez John Paul F. Next is Antones Luke M. Next, Azul Mark Renji D. Next is Bagaporo Nika V. Next is Bahoy Arcel Rose O. Next is Alonso John Michael L. Next is Barbero Ryan Arthur B. Next we have Barcelona London D. Next is Beren Joname D. Next is Blanza Abigail B. Next is Salida John Paul B. Next is Oakwood Cherubin Phil G. C. Next we have Carolia Carl Lawrence E. Next is Cladera Margaret A.
Doon ako.
Next is Corporal Jairen LPI.
Sa video ngayon.
Next, Cruza Bianca Marie O. Next is Ku Lourdes Vandam N. Next, Curtis Sophie Marie J.